Welcome to the Whatever It Takes to Soar kickoff event. My name is Elise Dixon, and I will be the technical producer for today's event. Teens from clubs and youth centers will moderate this discussion and provide an inside peek of the U.S. Navy Blue Angels. At this time, I will introduce your moderators. Our first moderator is Daniela, and she is a member of the RAF Alconbury Youth Program in England. She is in 10th grade and in the JRROTC. Welcome, Daniela. Our next moderator is Jacob, a member of the USAG Benelux SHAPE in Belgium. He is a senior at SHAPE American High Schools. Jacob is also the president of this year's Executive Board Student Council and commander of the BE 931st AFJORTC Corps of Cadets. Welcome, Jacob. Our next moderator is Sarah, and Sarah is a member of the Rota Naval Station in Spain. Sarah is a junior at David Glasgow Farragut High School in Rota, Spain. She is an active member of her community and school, and she's participated in events such as Model United Nations, Creative Connections, Model United States Senate, and Student Council. Welcome, Sarah. And last, but certainly not least, we have Kimberly, and she's a member of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Atlanta. Kimberly is a freshman at Oglethorpe University who plans to major in physics and engineering. She is currently the Boys and Girls Club's Youth of the Year for the state of Georgia, competing for the Southeastern Regional title. She aspires to one day work as an engineer for Lockheed Martin or NASA. Welcome, Kimberly. At this time, I will actually turn this over to your moderators, and they will introduce our panelists. Daniela, I believe you're on mute.
Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Ms. Elise. Our first panelist is Lieutenant Julius Bratton, is the number 7 pilot and narrator. He is a native of Woodland, Tennessee, and graduated from Northwest High School in 2007, where he lettered in football and track and field. He attended the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, and graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Oceanology in 2011. And he was commissioned as an ensign in the United States Navy. Julius joined the Blue Angels in September 2019. He was accumulated more than 1,500 flight hours and has 207 carriers arrested landings. Welcome, Lieutenant Bratton. Now I will turn it over to Jacob to introduce our next panelist.
Thanks, Daniela. Our next panelist is Aviation Electrician's Mate First Class Jeff Diajust. He is a native of Gonavie, Haiti. He is one of the crew coordinators, and they are responsible for the overall training of the maintenance and support team on all squadron procedures, and they coordinate ground operations necessary to facilitate a Blue Angels performance. Welcome, First Class Jeff Diajust. Now I'll turn it over to Sarah to introduce our next panelist.
Thanks, Jacob. Our next panelist is a member of the Logistics Department. I'm happy to welcome Logistics Specialist First Class Kwame Kusi Apia, who is a native of Kumasi, Ghana. The Logistics Department researches, procures, stores, and dispatches spare parts, tools, and uniforms. Logistics personnel also research future squadron logistic needs and initiate contracts for services required to support daily operations. Welcome, Petty Officer Kusi Apia. Oh. Now I will toss it over to Kimberly to introduce our final panelist.
Sarah. Our final panelist is Aircrew Survival Equipment Man, Second Class Travis Bradley. He's a native of DeSoto, Missouri, and a member of the Life Support Work Center. The Life Support Work Center comprises Navy aviation structural mechanics, safety equipment technicians, and aircrew survival equipment technicians. They maintain and repair the systems that support the life of the pilot in normal and emergency situations. These systems include air conditioning, avionics cooling, heating, liquid oxygen, and canopy and ejection seat emergency escape systems. They also maintain the personal flight gear that the pilots must wear, such as helmets, oxygen masks, inflatable flotation devices, and ejection seat flight harnesses. Welcome, Petty Officer Bradley, and thank you all for joining us. Now I'll send it over to Daniela to get us started.
Okay, thank you, Kimberly. Before we jump into the Q&A, we want to invite our panelists to participate in an icebreaker with us called Two Truths and One Lie. The way this will go is each of us will share 3 facts about ourselves. The 2 of those facts must be true and 1 is a lie. We will have to guess which one we think is the lie. Those of you watching, use the chat and let us know which one you think is the lie. Any questions? No, okay. Okay, I will go first. My 3 facts are I've broken my arm, I love watching anime, and I've been attacked by a banana. Which one do you think is the lie? Don't forget to use the chat to share. Okay. The lie is that I've broken my arm. I have not done that. Lieutenant Bratton, would you like to go next?
Sure thing. Can everybody hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Well, good morning or afternoon, depending on where you guys are. My 2 truths and a lie in no particular order. I earned my pilot's license in high school. I lived in Germany during elementary school, and I grew up on a farm. Feel free to guess out loud if you guys would like on which one the lie is.
I want to say.
I'm going to say the lie is you grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
All right, 2 for I grew up on a farm. Any other guesses?
Same.
Awesome.
Grew up on a farm.
All right, well, the lie is I did not earn my pilot's license in high school. I didn't fly an airplane as pilot in command or under instruction until I got to the Navy. So that was the lie. I did, in fact, grow up on a farm. My dad raises beef cattle. And I did, in fact, live in Germany for 4 years, as my dad was also career Army before retiring and going into cattle farming.
What was it like living in Germany?
I loved it. Obviously, I was younger. It was a great experience. I loved the weather, the architecture. Everything was a lot more accessible. When I got back to the States and lived in Tennessee, and you realize, like, as a kid that you need a car to go anywhere and do things, whereas in Germany, I felt a lot more self-sufficient. I had my bike and I can go do whatever I wanted to do, whether it was visit friends, entertain myself by going to the swimming pool, you name it. So it was just different in a good way.
Sounds really cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. Continue. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that was it. You take it away.
Okay, thank you. All right, Jacob, you're next.
Okay, so my 2 truths and a lie is when I was born, my name was Justin. My sister got her pilot's license in high school before she got her driver's license. And I've lived in 4 different countries. Guess away.
4 different countries is the lie.
I'm going to say 4 different countries.
Anyone else?
I'm going to say the name one. I don't think that's true.
I want to say the one with the pilot license and driver's license.
Same. I don't think that they got their pilot's license before.
Are you guys ready? So the lie was that I have lived in 4 different countries.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my sister, she
wow.
we live in Europe and you can't get your driver's license until you're 18 here. But for part of the AFJ ROTC program at our school is the flight academy, and she got accepted. And last summer, before her senior year, she went down to, I want to say Georgia. No, she went down to the States and she got her private pilot's license.
You know what gave it away?
Yeah, and then my name was what?
Sorry about that. Continue.
Yeah, and then when I was born from 2003 to 2007, my name was Justin until my parents decided to change it to Jacob because I guess I wasn't Justin enough for them.
You know what gave it away for me though? For 2 out of the 3 things, you looked away from the wall, and then on the one thing that was the lie, you looked towards the wall. And I was like, something's different about that one particular thing that you said.
I wasn't reading off a sheet of paper, not even a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was where you were accessing that memory from and which way you moved your eyes.
Yeah. No, but my sister's making me look bad. I don't have any license, and she has a driver's license and a pilot's license.
I feel that.
Yeah, it's not fair. Okay, so Petty Officer Deidris, would you like to go next?
Of course. The 3 that I have, I'm one of 25 kids. I'm a biker. I'm 23 years old.
I'm gonna say, Jeff, you're not 23. That's just my guess, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that one. I don't think you're 23.
I don't think you're 23 either, but the whole having 20 plus siblings seems a little crazy. But I'm gonna have to go with you're not 23.
I'm gonna go with you're not a biker.
I'm gonna go with the biker one too.
Any other guess?
They think you have a baby face, Jeff.
What was that?
They think you have a baby face.
All right, so that's the last guess. All right, so I am a biker. I do have a bike. I have a Harley Davidson, and I am one of 25 kids. Not on my mom's side, but my mom only had 3, but my father has a lot of kids. And no, I'm not 23. I'm 33.
You're not 33.
I think he'll pass for 23 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
He
it.
would, yeah. You look very young.
I still don't believe you got a motorcycle.
It's outside. You can see it after.
Should I take it next or?
Okay, Sarah, you're up next.
Oh,
Sorry. So my 2 truths and a lie are that my favorite color is green. I have lived in 5 countries, and I have visited over 40 countries. So if you think you know which one the lie is, make sure to write it in the chat or say it out loud. Sorry.
This is a tough one because you looked directly at us the whole time.
I did.
You actually blinks
you
on the
say-
second one.
yeah. Can you say that one more time, Sarah, please?
Okay. My favorite color is green. I've lived in over 5 countries, and I visited over 40 countries.
I don't think your favorite color is green.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
a purple fan.
I think she's a blue and gold fan, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
No thunder. Oh, I'm not muted.
I would
I don't
say
think
you
you
have not-
visited 40 countries.
Right. That's what I was gonna say too. Yeah.
Okay. So I have visited 43 countries, actually.
Wow.
The only continents I haven't been to are Australia and Antarctica. My favorite color is green. I have only lived in 4 countries: Germany, Italy, Spain, and the United States. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm going to pass it off to Kumi Apia. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. So my 2 truths and a lie are gonna be I played the trumpet in high school. I played quarterback in football, and I know 3 languages.
I think I'm gonna go with play football. It's a lot.
Yeah, you're way too big
Yeah,
to
I'm
play
saying
quarterback.
football. No football.
Say the football one
I don't
too.
know. You look more of like a French horn type guy. I don't know why. I don't know.
Okay.
If you weren't playing linebacker, they underutilized you.
Oh, okay.
You look more like a tuba player to me. So
Yeah, I'm getting like trombone euphonium vibes.
So actually, I played euphonium, but wasn't sure if everybody knew, so I said trumpet. Well, yeah, I did play a trumpet in high school. I know 3 languages, and I don't know anything about football. And I'm talking American football. So yeah, that's the lie.
Thank you. So Kimberly, I give it to you now.
Okay, so my two truths and a lie. I started college at 16. I'm ambidextrous and I've moved over 5 times.
I don't think you're ambidextrous.
Yeah, I don't think you're ambidextrous.
I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon too.
Oh man.
Must say the same.
Same here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not ambidextrous. I'm just left-handed though.
All right. I guess it's my turn. So I'll go ahead and do my 2 truths and a lie. Is it true that I am a descendant of the King of England? Is it true that I was a college cheerleader? Is it true that I am the first St. Louis, Missouri area native to become a Blue Angel?
I think you are I think you were a cheerleader.
Yeah, me too.
You think? I think of a cheerleader. Yeah.
Awesome.
No,
I'm glad I
checks
get
out.
cheerleader vibes.
I just don't think that you're the first one from, I think, St. Louis, did you say? I don't think that's true. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
St. Louis is a big area. Like, I'm gonna go with the St. Louis one as well.
Yeah, the St. Louis one is right.
That is correct. I'm not the first person from St. Louis. We actually had a person on the team last year, and we currently have somebody from the St. Louis area on the team as well. So I was, in fact, a college cheerleader. And I am, in fact, through ancestry research and stuff like that, and ancestry DNA, that found that I was related to royalty. So that's pretty cool.
You still got some skills?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You still got some skills on cheerleader?
I can do a nasty toe touch. I'm kidding.
Were you a back spot?
Yeah, I was a partner stunner and a back spot.
Nice.
So I do a lot of co-ed stunning, stuff like that. Pretty cool.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Petty Officer Bradley. I want to thank everyone for participating in our icebreaker. I feel like I learned, a good bit about each of you. Before we get into the Q&A, I'd like to take a moment and share with everyone watching a little video about the Blue Angels.
The Blue Angels, the United States Navy and Marine Corps' premier flight demonstration squadron. One cohesive team, we are steadfast in our mission to showcase the pride and professionalism of the United States Navy and Marine Corps by inspiring a culture of excellence and service to country through flight demonstrations and community outreach. Stationed at Naval Air Station Pensacola, Florida, the team performs flight demonstrations throughout the United States and around the world. Since 1946, the Blue Angels have brought naval aviation to men and women of all ages across America. They began flying the F-6F Hellcat and have flown a variety of aircraft, showcasing the capabilities of naval aviation through the decades. Today, our pilots fly the Boeing FA-18 Hornet, a multi-mission strike fighter, versions of which have been operational throughout the fleet since 1983. A typical week starts in Pensacola, where the team practices the flight demonstration, perfecting even the slightest details of each move. By the end of the week, the Blue Angels are ready to head to their next show site. The maintenance and support team travel aboard the Marine Corps C-130 Hercules, affectionately known as Fat Albert. Flown by all Marine pilots and crew, Fat Albert travels more than 100,000 miles each show season, carrying all of the maintenance and support personnel and equipment needed to perform each air show, and performs tactical maneuvers as part of the flight demonstration. A Upon arrival to an air show, it's down to business for the whole team. The pilots practice their upcoming performance, and the maintenance team prepares each aircraft for the show, making sure they are in top-performing shape and completing any vital maintenance before the demonstration. On show day, the team arrives on the flight line and rev up the aircraft. The maintenance crew make their final checks on the jets, and the pilots prepare for the demonstration. It's showtime. Like a carefully practiced ballet, the maintainers and pilots move deliberately and in unison. Each movement is meticulously executed, from entering the cockpit to pulling and running the chocks that keep each aircraft in place. Each team member of the Blue Angels know their parts and perform them with pride. The pilots line their aircraft up on the tarmac for launch, and with a blast of smoke, they take to the skies. Show season ends, the Blue Angels bid farewell to their outgoing teammates, welcome their newest members, and head straight into winter training in El Centro, California for their next show season. From the pilots to the maintainers, each Blue Angel is hand-selected from the fleet, embodying hundreds of years of Navy and Marine Corps tradition and heritage, and representing the thousands of men and women in uniform who serve and defend our nation each day. Teamwork and trust define the Blue Angels and are the most important aspects of the squadron. From the precise wingtip to canopy separation of the Delta to the upkeep of the jets, each team member relies on each other, and each Blue Angel strives for pride, professionalism, and perfection in everything they do. With a final salute and a handshake, another Blue Angel show complete, but our mission is far from over. One of the most rewarding aspects of being on the team is spending time visiting hospitals, schools, and community functions. At schools across the country, we take time to interact with students and discuss the benefits of military service and share our enthusiasm for naval aviation across the country, hoping to inspire others to pursue their own dreams. Our hope is that tomorrow's leaders will be encouraged and motivated by what they see in our performance and all the men and women that make up our team. Pride, professionalism, precision. We are the Blue Angels, representing all sailors and Marines who proudly serve this great nation across the globe.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go fly some planes.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed that video as much as I did. Now that we all know who the Blue Angels are, we're going to get to know them a little better. We have a few questions for each of the panelists, but if you have any questions, please use the chat to type them in. And if there's time in the end, then we'll ask some of your questions as well. Danielle, would you like to get us started?
Thanks. Okay. My question is for Lieutenant Julius Bratton. After your military career, what are your plans? Will you keep flying?
Thanks, Daniela, for the question. I want to fly as long as I can. I love it. This is what I've wanted to do since I was much younger than yourself, probably around 5 years old. I've just wanted to fly planes, and now that I'm doing it, it's surreal some days, and definitely more than just a job. It's a passion. So I can't imagine the day where I don't want to go flying. So as long as I'm healthy enough to do it, I will do it. So whether that's in the form of civilian flying, buying my own airplane, or flying for a job with an airline, I don't know specifically, but I will be flying in some form or fashion.
Okay, thank you. I have another question for you. This is just for my personal benefit. So who's your favorite crew member?
You know, Danielle, that's a that's a tough question for me because we have, you know, a whole team of great people that do awesome work in order to make us air show ready. So that puts me on the spot, but I can give you two of my favorites. They happen to be my crew chiefs. They take extra care of me. They set up the jet to exactly how I like it, and manage my gear, my gloves, my skull cap, you name it. And they're always there to get me strapped in and the first ones to greet me when I get back. So both Jordan and Nate are two of my personal favorites. I can't just pick one, and it's hard to just pick two, to be quite honest with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so my question is for Petty Officer Travis Bradley. What's the most difficult thing you've had to do?
It could be a couple different things, but I would say in recent time, the most difficult thing I've ever had to do and challenging was probably earning my Blue Angel crest. Our process is pretty challenging in aspects of like, there's a lot of stuff that you have to study in regards to history. Very time critical. You know, you have to do all these things in 90 days. Learning how to do an air show, just like all the choreography and the precision and the timing of everything to look very crisp out there for the crowd. It's very challenging. And then we do a couple different tests about those histories and whatnot. And then the public speaking aspect. So a lot of people have a hard time with that because they've never spoken in front of a crowd or they've never spoken in front of an audience of any sort. For me, it was a little easier just because of the degree path I took. I talked a lot in front of a lot of people, but that would definitely have to say that in the past 3 years, you know, this is my third year on the team. I would definitely have to say that earning my crest was a very challenging feat, and it definitely makes you very, very proud whenever you when you earn it. So, thank you.
Just a question from me. Do you have like a favorite performance or move that you've seen done for the Blue Angels?
I would have to say, and this is just because of seeing it so many different times, but definitely the sneak pass, which is a really low transition maneuver that is really fast and loud and it's silent until
Okay, thanks for sharing.
Absolutely, thank you.
My question is for anyone on the board. So what advice would you give youth who are interested in your career?
Go ahead.
I just have something real quick. I would definitely say that growing up, you're going to have a lot of people that tell you, you know, like your peers, your friends, your parents, they're always going to tell you that they think that you should do, or they think that there's a route that you should go, whether it's in aviation and in the military or not.
Yeah.
I would say focus on what gives you lasting joy and not like a quick result, something that you have to work for that you really feel like you've earned.
Thank you.
I actually have a question for two of our panelists. My first question is for Petty Officer Jeff DeJust, and it is, what exactly does your job entail?
Yeah, how's it going? Jeff DeJust here. So my job personally entail training. What like Petty Officer Bradley was talking earlier, we have a extensive kind of lengthy training that we do for the team. It can last anywhere between 90 to 120 days. What we do with the guys that come from the fleet, we take them in, we teach them our ways, we teach them how to do an air show, public speaking, or policies, everything that we do in-house and outside. we teach them that as well. And then when we're done with that training, throughout the year, I'm responsible to get the team from point A to point B by planning the aircraft that picked them up and all that good stuff. And I'm also responsible. My main job is the ground show. So I'm responsible for the whole ground show. I'm the one who send them out, and we're the one who recover them and bring them back in. So that's my primary job.
Sounds like you have a lot of responsibilities.
Not too much.
Thank you for sharing. And my second question is for Lieutenant Julius Bratton, and it is, how do you build a good relationship with your ground crew?
Thanks for the question. I'd say being honest and authentic with every interaction. So you can only pretend to be someone that you aren't for so long, for a very finite period of time, but you can always be yourself. And when people know who you are, what angle you're approaching from, what kind of person you are, you can build, good relationships and true interactions. They know what's important to you, what's not important, how to best support you. So communication, open and honest feedback, and being there for each other. So that's it.
Honesty is the best policy. Gotcha. Thank you so much for sharing.
Okay, this question is for any of you. Why did you choose your profession? Did you always know you wanted to do that?
I'll kick that off. So when we did the icebreaker, hello, this is Kwame. Sorry, but when we did the icebreaker, I talked about playing the trumpet and playing the euphonium. So when I was younger, I was part of the Boys and Girls Brigade, which is kind of like a Boy Scout that belonged to the Methodist Church. So in the Boys and Girls Brigade, we learned, basic military movement, marching, playing trumpets and stuff. So that's how it started for me. And from there, I was really in tune with some type of structure, and it looked like the military was what, I was kind of aiming for with everything that we did with the brigade. So that's how I wanted to, that's what influenced my decision to join the military. Now, when I joined the military, I'm really big on business and business administration type stuff. So when I joined the military, I asked the recruiter what jobs that I had based on the ASVAB test that I took. And one of the jobs that he presented was logistics specialist. And when I read the job requirement for a logistics specialist, it had to do with, finance and business. And so it was kind of in my lane with a little bit of computer science in there as well. So that is what really motivated me to go the route that I'm doing. And I really love it. So I'm probably going to stay in logistics and business. That was it for me.
I'll go after Sakrami. So what motivated me, A1 to just, again, what motivated me to join the military was I like the structure that the military gave you as far as life structure and just in general. You wake up early, you get to work, and you get what you need to get done at work. And when your job is done, if you so decide to do something else, you can continue on with your day. So the structure aspect is the reason why I decided to join this field.
Hey, how's it going? I guess I'll go ahead and go next. Petty Officer Travis Bradley. For me, it was kind of like joining the military. I knew that it was going to make me into like the best version of myself. And I have a large family of military members. Two of my uncles are currently in, my great-grandfathers on both sides all served. And it was just kind of, for me, like, I knew that eventually I was wanting to be that same model figure as the men that helped raise me were, and military definitely put me in that direction. And I'm really happy with the outcome of where I'm at in my career, and I don't think I would ever take it back. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I have a question just for like the whole group, and that is, what is your favorite plane and why?
I'll go first. My
Well-
favorite plane is number 6. The reason why, before I got this job, I was the number 6 crew chief. So the solos just hold a special spot in my heart. So, number 6.
Yeah, let me get in there before Lieutenant Bratton comes in, because he's gonna steal the show with this one. But when you talk about airplanes, and of course I'm not a pilot, but when you talk about airplanes, my favorite plane would be a helicopter. And the reason why I say that is, unless you are privileged and fortunate like Lieutenant Bratton to fly a 2-seater jet, the helicopter gives you the chance to fly other people in there. Whereas if you fly a fighter jet with just one seat, it's just you. But a helicopter gives you the chance to fly other people and kind of see all the area stuff. That's that for me.
I'll go ahead and go really quick before Mr. Bratton goes. I would have to say that my favorite plane is kind of a tie, mainly because in my career I've worked on a couple different platforms of airplanes, and the very first one I learned on F-35 Lightning II, pretty state of the art. But then it's also a tie with the Super Hornet, because I've had the most time on the Super Hornet, and it's a very proven airplane, and it really just works. And another exciting thing about it is that the Blue Angels are actually in the process of transitioning to the Super Hornet. So definitely really looking forward to seeing demonstrations with that new plane and the amazing capabilities that it has.
Anybody else have a favorite plane out there? Before I start, share my favorite plane. All right,
Well, I like the B-2A Spirit, but that's only because it looks kind of cool.
Okay. Quick question before I continue. Can you guys hear me all right? I know we've got a lot of wind and some plane noise in the background.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Well, my favorite plane happens to be the F-18. And if I had to pick between the two variants of the F-18, it'd be the Super Hornet. But the Legacy Hornet, aka the Alpha through Delta model of a Hornet, is a very close second. Some things I like about the F-18, it's got the ability to maneuver at slow speeds. It's the plane that I have the most experience in, and I just love it. It's all I know when it comes to jet fighter aircraft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera over to one of our public affairs representatives, and he's going to follow me as I give you guys a little quick tour of an F-18C model Hornet. All right, please let me know and we'll try and adjust as appropriate. So behind me, we've got an F-18C Hornet. It's painted up with the 5 on the tail, which means it is the jet that our lead solo pilot flies. Just a few quick things about the Hornet that I like. It's got 2 engines, and we'll walk around the back and kind of show you that. Each engine produces 16,000 pounds afterburner. So what that gives us is the ability to have a 1-to-1 rate of thrust ratio, which means once this jet is going straight, we can climb straight up vertically. So here we've got the back end of the jet showing the 2 engines. They're afterburning engines. Also, right here we have a tail hook. This tail hook is unique to jet aircraft, and specifically jet aircraft in the Navy that land on aircraft carriers. That allows us the ability to come to a complete stop within a second or less aboard an aircraft carrier. So we're coming in at 130 to 150 knots, and we catch a 1 of 4 or 1 of 3 wires and come to a complete stop. So that's pretty awesome. coming back to the front side of the jet, we have a ladder and the ability to climb up on the right side, and I'll show you inside the cockpit here. All right, so looking inside the jet, probably the first thing you guys are thinking is it's a small, tight fit. And for me, it feels pretty spacious because I'm only 5'9½". But for tall guys, I'm sure it's pretty tight. As far as switches go, you see we have a lot going on here inside the cockpit. We have switches along our left panel. All around each DVI, we have buttons and some knobs. We have a upfront control panel where we can type in things for our avionics. And then on the right side, we have more switches that control everything from lights to our environmental control system, as well as the battery and all that stuff. So just for a quick rundown, if I was going to start the jet up, I cut the battery on the right panel. I put the APU, the auxiliary power unit, on from the left panel here. And then that's going to start a small hydraulic powered motor to port some air to one of our engines so that we can introduce fuel and get that engine self-sufficient. I'll do that for both the right and the left engine. Once both engines are online, then the jet is almost flyable. We'll check our flight control system, make sure that we have everything set up for takeoff, and then from there, hit the skies. So there are no combat systems on this jet, which means that it's very simple to get this thing started. We've got another jet taxiing in right now, so we're on a flight line. It's going to be quite loud. With that, I'll toss it over to you guys for any specific questions that you have while we're here, and we'll try and get that answered.
Well, thank you for answering all our questions and giving us a tour of an F-18. That was really cool. I definitely know that I wouldn't be able to be there because I just want to click all the buttons, and that would not be good. So I'm just going to give it over to Daniela now.
Okay, do you have any pictures or videos you could share of the vantage point of the pilot while flying? Okay, thank you. That was really cool.
So I was wondering if you could show us some of the signals you use when directing planes. I also want to invite other moderators and youth watching to practice these signals with us.
That would be me, so I'll be taking this one away. Position my phone real quick. So whenever we're on the line, so I would be at a parade rest position. And then when our boss, the number one pilot signal me to go to attention, I'll go to attention and then start up and start signaling them out. And when I pass over this way, I mean, they're turning and I will salute as they go past me. So I will do that 3 times for 6 jets. So 2 for each, 1 for each, 2 jets. So that would be something that I would be doing on the line every time we send out the jets.
Okay, I'd like to thank you all so much for participating in our panel. I feel like we've learned so much about what you do. It has been inspiring to hear your journeys. We know you have to go, but on behalf of the moderators and the club youth watching, I want to say thank you.
As our panelists log off, we want to invite all of you who are watching for just to stick around for a moment. Now that you've had the opportunity to learn about the Blue Angels, we want to invite you to participate in an airplane design challenge. What's that, you might ask? The Airplane Design Challenge is a chance for each of you to design your own airplane. There are 3 different categories: digital, framed, and paper. For the digital design, you can use your favorite digital design platform. I use Vectory Free. And you design your own aircraft and upload a picture. Now, if digital isn't your area of expertise, you can use household materials and create your own aircraft. Here's an example of my framed aircraft that I designed. I modeled it after a stealth bomber, and I just made it out of tape, clay, and cardboard. And I added little mushrooms to it. I'm a little over obsessed with mushrooms, just a little bit. So I'll pass it over to Daniela.
Okay, thank you. Here we have my paper airplane that I did, which is great. So yeah, I'm gonna pass it off to Jacob.
So this is my paper airplane. It would have gone a lot farther had there not been a wall there. But we invite you, all of you, to go to myfuture.net, whatever it takes to soar. All the contest details can be found there. We will raffle off Blue Angel patches, challenge coins, and autograph photos for youth and teens who enter. Spread the word. The contest will run through Friday, October 2nd.
Thank you all so much for joining us today, and let us know in the chat if you enjoyed this discussion. We can't wait to see some of your amazing designs.
Well, thank you.